Did you know, according to Statistics Canada, 1 in 6 Canadians will be unable to work because of a disability before the age of 50? So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you what disability insurance is, the different kinds, and what type of policy you should consider getting. Hey, welcome back. This is Thomas, your trusted advisor for retirement, wealth, and insurance in Canada. If you're interested in these areas, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me produce even more amazing content to help you with your finances. So let's get started. When you think about disability insurance, most people think about construction workers, electricians, the lumber industry, and other jobs that are at high risk of injury. But people in those professions aren't the only ones who need to think about disability benefits. For instance, some of the most common disability insurance claims include carpal tunnel, tendinitis, and back pain. And for long-term disability, the most common claims include cancer and mental issues like depression or anxiety. Clearly, everyone who earns an income should be thinking about disability insurance, because remember that your greatest asset is not your house or your car, but your ability to earn an income. Okay, first let's start off with what disability insurance actually is. I'm sure you heard the term before, but you probably never took the time to really consider how it will help protect you and your family. Disability insurance is designed to replace a portion of your income if you are unable to work through sickness or an injury. Example of this can range from anything like a heart attack, a stroke, or an automobile accident. A typical disability policy may pay out about 67% of what you would earn in a regular paycheck. And unlike work insurance, where workers' compensation you can only make a claim if you receive an injury on the job, most of the disability insurance in Canada will cover you 24/7, whether you are injured or get sick on or off the job. There are multiple types of disability insurance, so let's start with the ones that your company provides. Now, there are two general types of disability insurance in the company's benefit package: short-term and the long-term. Short-term disability insurance, as the name suggests, will generally cover you up to between 6 months to 2 years if you are an illness or are injured. Long-term disability insurance is if you're off for a period generally lasts up to age of 65. However, it can last longer in some situations. Usually, people who can qualify for long-term disability insurance are people who cannot be recovered fully or cannot perform their job task. If you have no idea what your packages cover, be sure to talk to your HR department. Now, how does disability insurance work? If you become unable to work due to an injury or an illness, you will need to file a claim. After the claim is approved by your doctor and the insurance carrier, there is still a waiting period which is chosen at the time that you set up your policy. You are usually given a choice between 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, or even longer. The longer you choose to wait before you get your money, the lower the premium is. For most of the company-sponsored plan, the average waiting period is around 90 days. After this period is fulfilled, your monthly benefit will begin and you get your benefits. Your payment stops when your benefit period ends. So for short-term disability, that's a 2-year coverage. And if the situation is not getting any better, then it will go to a long-term disability which covers up to age of 65. Keep in mind that it's the doctor's judgment what's your recovery time, not by you. So let's say your doctor said your broken hand will be healed in 6 months. After the 3 months waiting period, you'll still get paid each month for 3 more months. Now you might be wondering, do you have to pay tax on your disability benefits? This is an important question because it will often determine how much money you will need. Generally, you don't need to pay taxes, but it depends on how you set up your premium. If you're an employee, the disability benefit will not trigger any tax implication, hence why the plan usually covers up to 67% of your salary. But if you're self-employed or a business owner, it's important to set up the premium payment correctly, as it might be able to claim it as a business expense, but it might also trigger tax complication. So if you're convinced you need disability insurance, the next question is, how much money will you need if you become sick or injured? The answer to this varies. It will depend largely on your budget, your obligation, and your expenses. You have to ask yourself, do you just want the bare minimum? Just enough to cover the mortgage, your utility, and your grocery bill? Or do you want to pay for your kids' tuition and keep the lifestyle intact? It's important to get the right amount of coverage when you apply for disability insurance. The insurance company will generally only insure you for a maximum of 2/3 of your income when you create the policy. Also keep in mind that disability insurance is designed to cover your income so that your lifestyle doesn't fall into parts. There's also something called the critical illness insurance, which is similar to disability insurance, but unlike disability insurance, critical illness insurance usually provides a one-time, tax-free lump sum payment while disability insurance pays you a monthly benefit. Remember, not everybody recovery costs are the same. You could end up needing additional nurse care or even travel expenses, things that disability insurance may not be enough. Now, many Canadians have disability coverage through their employer, and they might think they don't need anything extra, but this coverage may not be enough to cover your expenses. One of the aspects to look at it is, how is your income broken down by your employer and the insurer? Does your insurance just cover your base income, or does it include your bonuses and overtime paid? In most instances, your policy will only cover your base paid. If you rely on the additional income from overtime, say you're in the IT industry for example, you might need to examine your benefit again or get additional coverage. Also, coverage differs greatly from one employer to another, and if you are self-employed or you work for a smaller company, you might have no coverage at all. Say you're a realtor, you're self-employed and your paycheck don't come in regularly. You have to drive around for open houses, so it's important to have some coverage in case accidents happen. Please talk to an insurance professional about your coverage and don't make any assumptions. The worst is when you thought you're covered and end up needing it but the funds aren't available. Now, the most common question I generally get asked is, how much will my insurance premium be? You know, if it's life insurance or critical illness insurance, the biggest factor to consider are your age, gender, health, and the lifestyle. But for disability insurance, your occupation is the biggest factor. For example, a truck driver will have to pay more than a computer programmer because, statistically speaking, truck driver has a higher chance to claim disability. It's reasonable to assume that your premium will be higher if you're surrounded by heavy machinery every day than you have a desk job. If you're on the fence about whether to get disability insurance, consider this. It's generally worth it to lock your premium in a lower rate when you're young and in good health. And again, another big factor is your occupation. In the insurance world, all jobs are classified into 4 to 5 risk classes, but not all insurance carriers look at the risk level the same. So one carrier might consider a chef as a high-risk occupation, but the other may not consider as high. So it's important to shop around. And the beauty of disability insurance in Canada, most of them are non-cancelable, meaning the insurance carrier cannot just cancel your coverage nor increase the price every year. So taking that all in, is disability insurance worth paying the premium? Well, think about it this way. We buy insurance plans for cars, our homes, phones, and even for our investments. But for some reason, it's hard for us to imagine that we need to insure our personal income. We often tend to protect the golden egg, but forget about the golden goose. So if you have any questions about disability insurance, feel free to comment below or have a chat with us. My team and I can provide a complimentary consultation to go over your plan. Alright, thanks so much for watching. This is Thomas, and I will see you in the next video.